my channel. So for today's video, we are going to be talking all about my October favorites. That feels so weird to say because I cannot believe in 2 months it's going to be the end of this year. Like, time just needs to slow down real bad. Anyway, so I'm sorry if my hair looks kind of weird today. It's because I have it up, and for some reason every time I throw it up I think like my ponytail is like straightforward and symmetrical, but it's like lopsided sometimes. But I'm still not feeling the best. I'm still kind of getting over my sickness and like my cold. I kind of told you guys about it on Snapchat if you follow me there. If not, I will have that link down below for you guys and like right here so you guys can follow me. But I'm just getting over being sick. So I'm like, I'm gonna toss on a hoodie, toss it up, and then we're gonna do this thing. So I hope you guys don't mind. Anyway, I'm not gonna ramble on any longer. Let's just jump into some of the stuff I've been loving for the month of October. First off, I'm gonna talk to you guys about 2 things that I forgot to mention in my September favorites. And I'm like, you are an idiot. Like, those things are absolutely amazing. Why did you forget to talk about them? The thing I want to talk to you guys about is a brush cleaner. This is from Cinema Secrets. I bought this back in the summer. I'm just recently now actually like talking to you guys about it and following up as to how I liked it. But I absolutely love this brush cleaner. Everything that everybody has said about this brush cleaner is absolutely true. It smells like vanilla, so if you don't like vanilla, or if you just don't like scents in general on your brushes or anything like that, you're not gonna like this. And I mean, you can't smell it when you're like blending or something like that. It's not that potent and it's not that strong, but as soon as like you wash your brushes, they are gonna smell like vanilla. That's just how it is. But I absolutely love this. I don't use this to deep clean my brushes, so I still like deep clean them with like baby soap. I love this in between washes. I try to wash my brushes at least once a week. Try being the key word. So I try to wash my brushes at least once a week so they're like really nicely deep cleaned and everything like that. But this makes it so much easier, especially if it's like the weekend where I tend to wear a lot more makeup. This makes it so much easier if I have like my go-to brush, my blending brush, just like spritz this on the brush on like a paper napkin or something like that, and the color comes off instantly. They also dry really quick, which is what I really like. So you're working on clients, or you just don't have time to like, you know, wash it and let it sit there for a little bit of time, just spritz this on there, literally just run it on a napkin and instantly it's gonna dry. All right, so this one is probably a given, but I have to talk to you guys about it because I'm completely obsessed with it. This is the Morphe 35O palette. I've done quite a few tutorials with this palette. I've done quite a few Instagram posts with this palette. Tons of people rave about this palette and you've seen it, so I don't know why I'm showing it to you, but I'm showing it to you again just so you guys can see how absolutely gorgeous this palette is. This is just such an amazing palette, and this pigmentation in this palette is so good. I don't know if they reformulated their palettes or their eyeshadows. Every single shadow in this palette is so pigmented, and I'm not even gonna lie, like I love this palette more than I love my Jaclyn Hill palette. You need this palette in your life. Everybody needs this palette in your life. I don't care if you only wear neutrals and like warm colors like once a year. This palette is a must-have. So I know that Morphe is sold out on their website, like it's sold out instantly, but if you guys are interested in purchasing this palette, I'm pretty sure ladymossbeauty.com just started carrying Morphe and they have this palette on their website. If it's in stock, I will link that down below for you guys, and make sure you follow my Twitter. I also update you guys whenever like new palettes and stuff are coming out that I really think you guys may like. I always like retweet it or like tweet it on there just so everybody has a chance to get it. But this palette, yes. All right, so another palette I've been loving. I don't believe I've talked to you guys about this before. I think I just talked about it in my haul video, but I could be wrong. This is the Faced Stardust palette by Vegas Nay. This is a limited edition palette, so if you have not gotten it and you've been wanting to get it, definitely get it. Like, it's so beautiful. I know a lot of people were saying that this palette is very similar to the chocolate bar palette, and it's actually not. Like, if you look at both those palettes, these colors that it has are not in the chocolate bar palette. What I really like about this palette is not only is this a really good palette to have if you're wanting a more basic neutral look, but if you want a smoky going out type of look, you can also get it with this palette. I love that the eyeshadows are true to Too Faced formula. They are the same pigmentation, same formula, same butteriness, same blendability as you get with other Too Faced shadows. And I mean, just the value of this palette is really good. So you get 12 eyeshadows in this palette here, and it's actually not really bulky. It's pretty thin, so it's really nice to travel with. Also get the little like Stardust, which is a really good pigment. It's just like in any other pigment. It's not too chunky, it's not too glittery. It's really nice on the lid. And then you get a deluxe sample of the Better Than Sex mascara and the Too Faced Shadow Insurance, which are absolute favorites and really good products from Too Faced. And then the last palette I want to talk to you guys about is a blush and highlighter palette. This is from Becca Cosmetics, and this is their Afterglow palette. palette. If you don't own any, or if you only own one Becca product, or if you've been wanting to test the waters with more of the shimmering skin perfectors or blushes, this is a really good value. I know a lot of people knocked it down because the size of this is smaller than a regular shimmering skin perfector or than a regular blush, but if you do the math, you're still getting a lot of bang for your buck, and you get 5 of them to try for the price of one, pretty much. So that you're still getting a lot more bang for your buck, even if the product on the inside is smaller. I really like that it's such a small and chic little palette, so it's nice to travel with. That way you don't have to take a separate highlighter and a separate blush. You can just take this palette, have both the things you need, the blushes or the highlighters, right in here. Love that the formula of these is also exactly the same as your regular ones. So you're gonna get the same formula, same pigmentation, same blendability in the shimmering skin perfectors and in the blushes as you would if you were to buy them individually. So I also think that this palette is another one that's definitely worth it, and it's gonna make such a great gift for the holidays. I'm not seeing anything that indicates it's limited edition. So yeah, if it is for some reason, I will note that down in the description bar for you guys so you guys are aware. All right, so we are done with palettes. There is one pair of lashes I want to talk to you guys about, and you guys probably already know, but these are the Ardell Double Up Double Wispies. Like, if you love the regular wispies or the demi wispies, you're gonna go bananas for these. These are absolutely beautiful. Your eyelashes with these looks so long, so voluminous, just like va va voom, but they also don't look like super fake. Like, you guys know I love really intense or really fake looking lashes, whether they are synthetic or mink, and I will rock them like no one's business. But at the same time, these are great if you want that kind of glam look, but you don't want it to look so obvious, or you don't want them to be so over the top. These lashes give you like that beautiful glam look, but it makes it look like you're not trying as hard to look glam. They are so beautiful. I have a couple pictures wearing these on my Instagram. I'll have my Instagram right here, and I'll also link it down below for you guys if you guys are curious as to see how it looks on the eye. But seriously, like, if you like look up, lashes are gonna be like out of this world beautiful. So I just have to throw it out there. I have no idea why it took me so long to get on this bandwagon, but I am completely hooked, completely obsessed with it. This is the Ex1 Invisible Liquid Foundation. Stop what you're doing, go get this foundation. This is absolutely amazing. Every single thing that everybody has raved about with this foundation is 100% true, 100% like, yes, this foundation is an absolute yes. It's not a matte foundation. It's just a perfect, like, natural looking foundation. It's not satiny either. It's not luminous. It's just not anything. It's like a perfect mixture of both. It's a regular natural looking foundation. It just looks like your skin, but like a million times better. I also really like that this formula is super lightweight feeling on the skin. Like, it does not feel cakey at all, even if you layer it up. But the actual formula of this foundation is not too runny and it's not too moussey. It's just like a perfect combination of both. It's super lightweight. It wears so nicely. This wears, I would say, for a good 10 hours. It does not oxidize on the skin. It does not get patchy. It does not start fading at certain areas. It's just such a really good foundation. It photographs beautifully too. The only bad thing about this foundation is that it does come only in like 5 shades. I think it's like F100, 200, 300, 400, and 500. I think 500 is the deepest shade that they have, and it's not even a really deep shade. It's not like a big range or a big spectrum for people, but this foundation is still really good. I ordered my foundation from a website called lookfantastic.com, and I think I paid $17 US. They do have it in euros on that website. It is an international brand that sells this, but that website took literally from the day that I ordered it to my house, like, it probably took a week and like 3 days. So it's not a ridiculous amount of time for shipping. Like, it's not gonna be like you order it and then 2 weeks later you get your shipping confirmation. Like, a week, like the day you order it and then the day that it actually arrives is between 1 to 2 weeks, which is not too bad. But I paid $17 for this foundation, and then they always have like coupon codes and stuff that you can use if you want a little extra off. So if I can find any, I will have them linked down below for you guys. It's not an affiliate code, and it's not like a coupon code or commission code or anything like that. It's just a code that I use to save a little extra on this, but I highly recommend you try it out. So 2 more things before we get onto lip products. These are highlighters that I want to talk to you guys about, and I've been going highlighter crazy this past month, but these are 2 of the ones that stood out to me in the month that I just had to mention. This first one is from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is one of their new illuminators. Of course, I got the one in So Hollywood. It is just a beautiful gold like champagne-y type of color. It is definitely more gold, but it has just a little bit of light champagne on there. What I really like about this more than the shade is the formula. Like when you touch it, it is silky smooth, very silky feeling. It's very soft, but it also doesn't crumble and break apart when you touch it. So that's really nice with these. I also like that when you put it on, it blends out very nicely and it just kind of like sinks into the skin. Really like that about these highlighters. I do have to say though, like I'm not gonna lie, there are some things that I don't really like about this highlighter, but they are not deal breakers for me. One of the things that I don't like about these is that you can't really tell when you're looking at it, but sometimes when you swatch it or when you put it on, depending what brush you use, the shine in this can tend to look just a little bit chunky or a little bit glittery. It is not chunky and it's not glittery. It's not like you can feel it chunky on your skin, but when you like look at it sometimes, if you went a little too crazy on certain areas, or like I said, if the brush you're using is not blending it out properly, you can tend to notice just a little bit of like well, yeah, just like glittery looking or chunky looking. Another thing I don't really like about these is that these are not the longest lasting highlighters. It just kind of tends to fade throughout the day. So for like long events or like if you don't set your makeup or something like that, you will notice that it is going to start fading, which is something I don't really like. But overall, I really do like these. Like I said, they're not deal breakers for me, but I know that to some people those things are really important, so I really wanted to note that with you guys. So this is from MAC. This is their limited edition release from their Magic of the Night collection. This is their Extra Dimension Skin Finish. And no, this is not Old Darling, but this is a Shaft of Gold. I'm not even going to mention Old Darling to you guys because that's probably going to be sold out everywhere, not even going to lie. But I have seen a couple of these Shaft of Gold still in store and online, and this is something that I really think you guys should have. This is such an underestimated product. So the formula is still the same. It's just like the Old Darling formula. This is their Extra Dimension Skin Finish. This is like the best formula that MAC carries, and I don't understand why they don't make it permanent. They have made their Extra Dimension eyeshadows permanent. As for their skin finishes, like that needs to be permanent like yesterday. This is so silky smooth. It does not crumble. It is like a silky soft feeling and it blends out so nicely and it literally looks just like your skin. It's like if your skin was glowing. It does not look chunky, it's not cakey. You can build this up to the intensity that you'd like and it will still look flawless all the time. It's such an amazing formula. Aside from the formula, I just want to talk about the color. So on the website and in person, this is more of like a bronzy type of gold highlighter. A lot of people were like, it looks orange, no thank you, whatever. But on the skin, it does not look orange at all. It's not going to make you look Oompa Loompa. It's not going to make you look like ridiculously highlighted or like too bronzy or anything. It's just going to give you a nice subtle bronzy and like smoky type of golden look. It does still have gold underneath it, so it does pull that golden glow. It's just a little bit more smoked, and I really like that on there, especially if you have a tan or if you're more of a deeper complexion. You're gonna absolutely love this one, and it's just a really good one to have. I just wanted to talk to you guys about this one because if you are curious about getting it or if you are interested in getting it, definitely pick it up while you can, because I know that these will sell out fast too, just because it is their collection. If you're curious, this is the highlighter that I'm wearing today. I just have it like right here and like a little bit onto the blush. So you could use it as a blush topper or you can just use it as a highlighter and it'll still give you that like really nice glow. And it's just that highlighter I'm using. I'm not using it in mixture or conjunction with anything else. All right, and then the last two things I want to talk to you guys about are lip products. They are both from the same brand and the same thing, but they are different shades. You guys probably know what I'm going to talk to you guys about, but these are the Dose of Colors liquid lipsticks, and this is in the shade Truffle, and this is in the shade Stone. Like, girl, if you have not gotten your hands on this, like, what are you doing? These are so good. You guys know how Ride or Die, First Love, like, will not be replaced. I am with Kat Von D, but these have literally jumped to like the #1 holy grail over Kat Von D liquid lipsticks. This formula is impeccable. Like, there is no company that I have tried out there that can match how good this formula is. Don't get me wrong, I love the Kat Von D. The Kat Von D are still like right on up there, and they were my #1 for so long, but after trying these are definitely #1, and then the Kat Von D, because the formula is just, it's absolutely amazing. It is a true liquid lipstick, so it's more liquidy than it is like moussey texture-y, but when you put it on your lips, it doesn't dry so fast to the point where you can't manipulate the product. It also doesn't have like a lag time. It's not like you have to wait 5 minutes or even a minute for it to dry. Like, it's so easy to work with, so easy to manipulate. You can definitely, you know, build it up if you'd like without it looking cakey or like waxy lips or chapped lips or anything like that. It does not accentuate your fine lines or any wrinkles, which is one of the biggest problems I just see with really neutral or light liquid lipsticks, but not with these. It's such a good formula. It is highly pigmented. You only need like one application and it will fill your entire lip. They are so good. This first shade is Stone, and this is just like a really coveted shade, obviously because it is more of a mauve-y dusty rose nude, and it's definitely got a little bit more mauve than it does have a dusty rose, but it's not so mauve-y to the point where it's like purple and it looks weird on your lips. The other one is called Truffle, and this is more of like a peachy brownie nude. Again, just pull a little bit more like peachy coral than it does like a deep dark brown. But these colors are both just, they're so complimentary on the skin, on any skin you have. I've seen it on fair skin, light skin, medium skin, deep skin, all that. It's just, these colors are so perfect. They're not too nude, they're not too brown, and they're not too mauve-y. The Frosted Tube is just really like luxe feeling and stuff, but these are so good. If you are a liquid lipstick lover or fiend like me, you guys need to get your hands on these because these are amazing. All right, so that is it for my October favorites. Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, all that stuff's gonna be linked down below for you guys, as well as coupon codes for you to try out. If you guys purchase any of these stuff, definitely let me know how you like it. Also leave it down in the comments below what products you guys have been loving this month. You all know I love trying out new products, especially if things that you guys are like, oh my god, you need to get your hands on this. I definitely want to know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video.